Hello, and welcome to Keeper's Corner Podcast, where we're breaking down anything and everything Utica City FC related. With your hosts, as always, Matthew Sterling, Michelle Brooks, and Brandon Brooks. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Keeper's Corner Podcast. With your hosts, Matt, Brandon, and Michelle is back. Michelle, glad to have you back. Hope you're feeling better.
Yay, yes, thank you.
Finally, a little bit of news out of Utica over the past week and a half or so regarding some signings.
Yes, very excited about some of those. Well, all of them, honestly, but a couple of them are kind of unknown to me.
Well, there's a little press release from them on regarding the two rookies that we can get to when we discuss Whitman and Milan. But for now, let's talk about who's returning to the city.
Yeah.
Two defenders returned in Domenico Vitali and Ben Raymond.
It's Raymond Ben.
You did this.
You caused this.
You did this.
I did not make that sign the first time.
You screamed it into your phone.
I yelled, "Hallelujah! It's Raymond again."
Uh-huh.
Whatever. We're still
blaming you.
Yeah.
And then the third re-signing is midfielder Tim Goldman.
Tim Goldman.
Forward.
He's listed as a forward on the site.
Well, according to the press release, they say midfielder.
They might have moved him around, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sensei.
It's fair enough.
Either way, it's Sensei.
Sensei.
Raymond, it'll be his fifth year in the league. He's got 42 goals so far in his career, 29 block shots over the past 2 years. I know he lost a bit of playing time last year with the addition of Obasi, but with the losses of Schindler, I think that opens up a spot in the rotation back there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Vitali. It'll be his 8th season in the league.
God.
Vitali's going to be on the field.
He's collected 74 blocked shots over the past 4 seasons.
That's not bad.
I mean, I know that some people we know aren't his biggest fan, but last year I don't know. I felt like he produced last season. I really do. Like he did very well.
I mean, I did mention last year when we covered the Utica signings that he had been like team defender of the year a few years ago, back when he was out when they were in Syracuse as the Silver Knights. I don't know if he just had a rough year his first year in Utica, but I think he took steps forward last year, certainly.
Yeah, last year I really felt like he excelled, and we did see a lot out of him. So I'm glad to see him back.
And not to mention, great dude. I mean, remember when we went to take the picture with Momo and Toby, and he literally goes, "I don't care if you want me in this picture or not. I'm getting in it."
Just shows that they're, a lot of 99% of them are good dudes, both on and off the field.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Raymond called it, unfinished business after the way last year ended.
Yep.
Vitali says he's excited to put on the jersey again. It's time to get back into some normalcy and have something to fight for again. The city needs it, and he can't wait for the start of the season. And then Tim Goldman, who we saw in his rookie year last year, the praise behind the scenes was high. The seasons are, what kind of step can we see going from year 1 to year 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we didn't see a lot of playing time out of him because, he was and still kind of is a rookie. He's still going to be a rookie, even though he's not going to be classified as a rookie this year.
He's green.
He's still very green. So I still don't see him getting a ton of play time, but I bet he gets more this year than he did last year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
because now they've had more time to work with him. But
but they've molded him.
Still, one of the most memorable moments last year was his taking a nap goal.
Why were you laying down? It felt right, Coach.
And I mean, frankly, he brought a lot of excitement to the game inadvertently, just because kind of inadvertently started the headband crew and things like that. So
that was kind of our own fault too.
I mean, we can take a little bit of credit there, but it was, if he hadn't worn that headband in the beginning, we might not have even taken notice of him. Honestly, I mean, he would have just been some rookie. But he wore that headband, and all of a sudden, we all took notice, and then we started wearing headbands.
Tim.
Yeah, the iconic headband, which, I mean, it was fellow Utica City keeper, Dave Abel there, who coined the nickname Sensei for him.
Yeah.
Sensei.
During the Mississauga scrimmage, so.
Yep, when they did the walk around.
And it stuck.
Yeah. But, Coach Hall on re-signing. We're very excited to bring back 3 core pieces to our organization. Dom, Ben, and Tim are all local talented players who bring years of indoor experience back to the Odd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see them all back.
Yeah, this is what we were saying past couple episodes. Hopefully we start to see some signings, start to see the team take shape here.
Now, crossing fingers, I hope we get to see Ricardo and Zuniga next year.
Yeah. Gotta let the visa things play out and travel restriction. I mean, yes, there's a vaccine and it's starting to roll out, and that's good news. Bad news is, it's got to get everywhere, and I kind of did the math earlier. Oneida County, which is currently in that yellow zone restriction from Cuomo, the past week had a almost 11% positivity return.
Sweet.
That's more than double what a 10-day rolling a 10-day rolling average over 7 days would take to shut us down completely again.
So we're almost there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay home. I'm good with that. Yeah. I'm shut in anyway.
I don't like people.
Then we get to the other 2 signings this week.
Yes.
Both rookies. First, forward, Whitman Hernandez. 4-year starter for the Oneonta Red Dragons.
Okay, so kind of homegrown.
Yes. Well, originally from Huntington, so down on Long Island, came up to Oneonta.
Okay.
To play for college. All-time leading scorer in school history with 61 goals and 19 assists.
Oh, God, okay.
During the 2019 season, he collected 26 goals and 10 assists, totaling 62 points, which led all divisions of NCAA men's soccer in the country.
Wow. All right.
And we've got to remember, that's the big field. That's not indoor soccer field.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot of goals for full size soccer.
The press release, says they expect him to add speed and scoring because on top of leading all scorers in 2019, he was first-team All-American and the SUNYAC Offensive Player of the Year. Looks exciting to see what we can get out of him, adding him into the offense. Just got to get him acclimated to the indoor game, the different ball.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yep.
Which, I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these guys play outdoor. Well, obviously not this year, but a lot of these guys play outdoor in the off season anyway. I mean,
right.
So I mean, it's not for a lot of them. They have the experience of already kind of doing what he's going to need to do. So there's going to be a lot of insight into, translation from one to the other. But yeah, it'll be a transition. I'm sure that he's already getting plenty of training on that.
Yeah, Coach Hall addressed this in his statement. His versatility in front of the goal with both taking players on and playing with his back to the goal, will be a natural transition to the indoor game. Then went on to say, they're excited to have him joining up for the 2021 season. Whitman, for his credit, says it's been his dream to play professional soccer since he was little. He's glad to have the chance, doesn't want to let it go to waste, and he looks forward to putting on the blue jersey and getting to work.
I definitely, I think we'll be pleasantly, I think we'll be happy to see what he does. I mean, again, with a lot of these new guys, they're unknowns. I think we probably said the same thing about, whenever we've been pulling in new people over the past few years. We said the same thing when, we lost Slav, got Christian. We questioned, what he was going to do for us. I mean, he wasn't a rookie, but we're going to do the same song and dance every time we get new people. I mean, we're going to question, what they can do for the team, how well they're going to be able to produce initially, which they might not be able to do much initially, but they'll come into their own. I mean, we saw Momo come into his own last year, and I mean, he excelled towards the end of the season. Actually, just before mid-season, I feel like he started to really pick up the pace and really show us what he had. So I mean, and I believe he was a rookie last year, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So I mean, let's get another Momo.
And then they added one more defender, rookie, whose name I will do my best, and I'm going to slaughter probably until. Don't look so happy that I'm going to be the one.
No,
I've been waiting. I knew you were going to do the other one first, and I wanted to see how bad this. I wanted to see your attempt. So I'm excited.
Do you know how to say it?
No.
So apologies in advance to Milan.
Apologies.
Jakovljevic.
That's not terrible.
That's about what I was going to do. So yeah. Hopefully that's close.
I apologize. Otherwise, I am not Eastern European in any way. And the VLJ next to each other has me guessing.
It's not something we normally see in, in the English language. So that's a weird combination of letters for us. Yeah. But I thought it was a good attempt. I mean, hopefully that's close. And yeah, definitely if Matt butchered it, then we apologize for that. But he tried. Yeah.
I will say, though, looks like he's been a solid defender outdoor. Captained Bryant and Stratton College, which, if I remember correctly, is where Momo played in college. Was on the team as a first-team All-American USC AA 3 times. 2015 to 2018 USC AA National Championship finalist, and they were able to secure the national championship in 2019. So he comes with winning experience.
And yes, Momo did go to Bryant and Stratton.
Okay. Coach Hall on the signing describes him as big, strong, technical, and experienced defender that has been training with us on and off throughout his college career. So that's helpful. He's familiar with the team and at least has been able to train alongside the players indoor. I
said the same. I feel like they said the exact same thing about Momo last year too.
Yeah, he trained a little bit. And if I follow the quote further, we're expecting a big rookie season similar to one of his former college teammate Momo had.
Okay. Yeah. I can definitely he kind of looks like Momo. He
looks like Momo.
We were just looking at the picture from the press release from the city, and I mean, he has a similar look. He looks similar to Momo.
But he looks like he might be built like Jake, and we kind of need the bruiser since Jake left.
that's kind of what I was thinking, is that, hopefully he can at least start working his way into the shoes of Jake Schindler, who unfortunately, is not going to be with the team this year, is going back to Rochester, which we totally understand, and obviously we wish him the best of luck. But we still are going to miss him.
So wait a second. Who have we actually had re-sign this year so far? So we've had Obasi.
Right.
We signed that new guy Turner.
Mm-hmm.
We had Coughlin, Bo, and Nate, right?
Right.
Nobody else was up for.
I mean, the three that were just re-signed, and Raymond Vitale and Goldman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, the roster at this point is up to 16 active and 2 inactive, and Dieguez and Zuniga.
Plus, we had Logan out on injury last year, so
Basically for the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Yeah, Logan will be back. Although, I mentioned this in the group chat the other day. Momo's still listed on the roster, but when you check on the MASL free agent tracker, he's still listed as a free agent.
maybe they're
Maybe just not announced.
Yeah, just not announced yet.
Because I would honestly have a really hard time seeing us, letting him go when I felt like he had a really good season last year. I mean, he was, he played 18 games, 13 goals, 3 assists for those games. I mean, he basically had we'll say about a point a game. I mean, almost, just under. Whether it was a goal or assist. So I mean, he did a great job for us, and he really, it'd be unfortunate to see him go, but it would be curious. I'd be interested to see if he was to go, if we ended, who we ended up getting in his place. But I don't know. I have a hard time seeing the team letting him go.
Yeah, I mean, I figure he'll be back as well, as long as, he's stateside, but...
Yeah, that is true. That is, of course, there's a lot of factors there, too, is who wants to participate this season, given, the state of the world, and who is able to participate based on their locale, things like that. So, I mean, obviously, there's a lot more consideration to take into account this season.
Am I the only one who wants to see if Christian can do another 3/4 field chip against Vanzella again?
No, I think everybody wants to watch that happen again.
Except for Vanzella.
Except for Vanzella, but I really don't care what Vanzella wants.
Well, he probably wants a chance to save it and not let that go in. But good luck with that.
Again, I don't care what he wants. I just want to see Christian do it.
Yeah, I mean, so those are the signings that we got. Have you guys been tuning into the Facebook live chats with Coach Hall and the players?
I have missed them. No, I saw that they were up, but I have not had a chance to go back and review them myself.
Been working.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're on demand too.
Yeah.
And then I forget they're there.
Yeah.
So they're every Wednesday at 8:30. They're calling them City Hall.
Yeah, I like it.
The first week you had who was it? Ben Nate and Tagba were on. Ben was in the comments both weeks. It's kind of just them shooting the breeze, telling stories about last year and the seasons they've had together. I enjoy tuning in. There's a lot of joking.
So what you're saying is we all should get on there and heckle them.
Heckle the crap out of them.
No, because you might get a direct message from Coach Hall, like I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, in the first one, Hall said that he won one of the jerseys and I believe one of the balls from the All-Star game. And I was like, oh, that's it. It's rigged. And he's like, I got a direct message, like, it wasn't rigged. I bought him fair and square. I'm like, yeah, it was said jokingly, but I can see how that would be missed.
Bad.
I know. How dare me? I should have put the slash and the S for sarcasm. Totally forgot my internet.
Yeah, I mean, email etiquette, internet etiquette. People can't understand and read into text. It's text.
Should have sent the laughing, crying emoji.
Yeah, honestly, that's really what emojis are for. If you say something that could be considered something bad, and you include that, it's like, oh, maybe they mean it in a joking fashion.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. I mean, it's the internet. So, but we love Coach Hall. So
yeah. And then, I don't know, I just thought it was funny. And then this past week was Moy and Christian.
Yep.
That one was fun. Apparently, while they were trying to get their visas sorted out for Moy and Zuniga, they needed to stay stateside for a couple weeks while they got finished in Texas. But Moy lives basically touching the border. So they kept hopping across the border to go get actual tacos in Mexico.
Give it to Moy.
Oh, yeah, there's some great stories. You guys got to tune in if you can, or even just watch them on replay.
I was going to say, did half of it go on by Google Translate?
No. Coach was using Moy to translate for Chris.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Because I remembered stories last year about Google Translate being utilized quite a bit.
I kind of figured Moy would have been the go-between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're fun. I'm looking forward to see who this week's is. Ben's been in the comments the past two, so I'm kind of hoping they get him. Or, honestly, I would love to see one of the new guys in there. Let's introduce them to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the city faithful, and I mean, yes, everybody would love to see Tim Goldman.
Well, I mean, that's a given.
That's a given.
But yeah, so that's Wednesdays at 8:30 on their Facebook page. They're still in the feed if you want to go back and watch them. It's just a lot of storytelling and just, you can see the camaraderie. And there were a couple of nuggets dropped this past week regarding the season.
Chicken?
Nuggies?
I don't know. Depends on if you like chicken nuggets or... Let's get to the news, I guess.
Info nuggets?
Info nugget, yeah, sure.
I was trying to save you there.
The first little one was, it's, not set in stone yet, but Liam Callahan may be retiring. He's got a full-time job, has moved back to Buffalo. We understand, absolutely. He did fight through a lot of injuries last season, and at some point you have to say, that concussion was brutal.
Which one? The one where he got knocked out?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, he kind of got his butt kicked last season.
Got his bell rung.
Yeah.
It happens, and, you see it in a lot of sports that are physical where sometimes guys just say, for my health, for my financial stability, I'm going to hang it up. We know this league doesn't pay the best, unfortunately, and, you can't blame him one bit. He's home with his same area as his family.
Well, that's the thing is, we see a lot of these guys doing that. We've seen, obviously, most recent was Liam potentially doing that. We've seen, of course, Schindler adjusted. That's why one of the main reasons why he's going to Rochester is for because that's home, and he's got a family now. So
full-time job there, yeah.
Full-time job there. We saw it sort of with I'm blanking. Mo Kenaway is who I'm trying to get.
Oh, Mo, yeah.
So he's coming back.
Maybe
he left for a season
because of injury.
For his own health and recovery. He did the same thing that these guys are doing, only in a semi, not a long-term basis.
Maybe. He got a good job in Boston now, and with everything going on, does he want to risk it?
That's the other thing. He's got a good full-time job in Boston now, and that's going to be it'd be hard to adjust to either driving back and forth from Boston, which we've done plenty of times, but it's...
Well, he would stay out here.
Well, yeah, but he might have to go back and forth, too.
But he's made comments on Facebook that he wants to come back.
He has. I mean, he's talked about it on Facebook that he really wants to come back, but at the same time, I mean, I could see him not for that same reason. Just that he's got a life out there now.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's not just a Utica thing. You saw it with Dantas this year, getting traded from Baltimore to Ontario.
Yep.
Things changed in his personal life, and the front office was willing to accommodate him. Or was it Baltimore to Tacoma?
I think it was Tacoma.
It was Tacoma.
One of those West Coast teams that I am very much asleep for when they start playing.
Wow.
Is that Texas?
I'm an old man.
What's the next info nugget?
The other info nugget had to do with when Utica might begin play for the season. I don't know if you guys saw the January schedule for the MASL.
Yes.
We're not in it.
Yeah,
with 5 teams playing of the 11 that have opted into the season. Utica is hoping to have a season March to May.
Something's better than nothing.
Yes, something is absolutely better than nothing. The hope is maybe by then we'll be able to get some fans indoors, even if it's just, probably at that point it'll be only those that have been able to get the vaccine. At least the way that I would expect things to go here in New York.
Gimme. Give me the vaccine. But you also have to figure all as well that, there is the consideration that we've been hearing rumblings of a potential second strain, which could totally throw everything into turmoil all over again. So that's just speculation, though.
Yeah. Who knows at this point? But we'll watch. We'll do what we can and hope that we can get into the audit at some point. Or,
that'd be nice.
If we can't, at least get to a point where I know you don't want to see an entire season on the road, but I would take an entire season on the road if that's what it meant to watch Utica play.
Yes.
And an entire season really isn't that much because of the way the MASL has opened it up this year to allow for these inconsistencies in schedule due to the various state directives for the pandemic. The minimum required to play is 12 games. And, at the moment they could knock those out with, 3 games at Harrisburg, 3 at Baltimore, 3 at Kansas City, and 3 at St. Louis. Those are the 4 closest teams. You could technically get a playoff-worthy season out of that.
That would be. I don't know. That would basically be what we kind of saw last year, almost. We saw a lot of Baltimore games. We saw a lot of Harrisburg games. And
but you're going to see those just because it's Eastern Conference and the closer teams.
Yeah.
Rochester's playing, but I don't know if they'll, do you think Soccer Sam would be, I don't know if he would pay for, you got to have the facility fees.
It's a tough it's tough to say for any of them, frankly, this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we want to see all this stuff happen, but it all comes down to the franchises and what they ultimately decide to do for what's their best interest, what's in the best interest for them,
mm-hmm.
and their players and their fans.
Yeah, it's, again, a weird time, but let's hope we get some soccer here.
That's the ultimate goal.
I mean, that's really all the news so far regarding Utica City. I figure at this point we'll probably take the next 2 weeks off, at least until things get rolling in January with the rest of the league, and maybe we see some New Year signings.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'd be honestly surprised to see much action over the next couple weeks, given the holidays. So
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we'd all have pretty much the same one Christmas wish for Utica City this year, which is to be able to see games in person at the Odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even take the lesser of, can we just see some games?
Yeah. But it's
Like,
Christmas
I would take
wish.
that. But
Yep.
yes, that would be nice to be able to be back in the Odd, be able to see some games, scream, yell,
Wave the flag.
throw stuff at people. I mean, no, wait, we never did
Never did that. Yet.
No, we never did that. We may be loud and raucous, but we behave.
You might behave.
Hey, somebody's gotta.
I ran with the flag one time, okay?
Same. I did yell some very bad things at a Schmerman.
But you don't swear, and the biggest thing in the arena is not swearing. Got to keep it family friendly.
Win some, you lose some. Sorry.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato.
Are we talking PG-13 here, where we're allowed one F-bomb, or...?
Basically. There was no F-bomb.
Oh, yeah, we gotta keep it family friendly, and... Well, yeah. But at least there's signings, there's some activity, there's Utica City in our lives, as long as there's these city halls going on. Which I'm going to keep tuning in to watch as much as I can.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, frankly, try and remember to turn them on.
I'm going to watch the replays.
Yeah.
You should. You missed a great picture this past week regarding Tommy stubbornly hanging on to some broken reading glasses.
Yeah, I figure that'll be, I'll probably be watching those, watching or listening and doing work, things like that.
Yeah, you can join in on the chat, and I mean, Coach does pay attention to the comments, as I learned.
When he sees me.
You get the other players in the comments too. Nate's been in there. Tagbo was on the first week. He was in chat the second week. Christian and Moy were in chat the first week. They were on the next week. So, it's not the same as interacting at 72 after the game, but it's better than nothing by a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's definitely got to be better than not having it.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess with that being that, and the news being updated, and things being what they are with the league and everything, we will call it a night here. Say thank you for listening. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy whatever holiday you celebrate, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus. You will enjoy the holiday season. Stay safe, because everything's going bad again with the virus. And, again, thank you for listening. We're just...
Yeah. As always, we hope that you have a safe and happy holiday season.
Yes.
All right. Until the next time, I'm Matt.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Michelle.
Bye-bye.